here on this channel, we are drawing the channel that stocks are using. So we know what is the expected amplitude. I don't predict the future. I extrapolate the present. What Tesla is doing right now is really interesting. We closed at 222.86, up $6.73, 3.12%. We were into this downward resistance, into this big downward resistance. This is not insignificant. This is significant. This is a downward resistance. Tesla has been trending down since November 2021. Trending down. People are willing to pay less and less on average. On average, paying less and less and less and less and less. Except right here, July 3rd, and we identified the buy signal earlier, July 26th. So July 3rd, we came outside of this downward resistance. So outside of the trend. So this was a break in trend. This was a second buy signal. We had one earlier, as I said, but this was a second buy signal. And then it lasted a while. Then things fell down for a bunch of reasons. And we stabilized at 194.35, which was exactly where we had the buy signal before. Break above 194.35. This gave us the buy signal. We took it and we rode it. And then we sold after we saw some weakening. And then it came back down. And now, we had another buy signal. You can look at my video. Another buy signal on August 13. The next day came back down. So either you suffered it or you came out. But then the next day, August 15th, it came back. So you had to come back in if you hadn't come out. But anyway, you can look at my videos. So now we are into this buy signal. We are into it. And right now, today, look at this. I cannot make this up. We are closing. I'm going to call it just a little bit outside, but it's not enough outside for me to consider this downward resistance green. I'm going to still consider it red, but it's just a little bit outside. So we are seeing maybe, let's wait for tomorrow to have a confirmation, to have a second candle outside. So we would be coming outside, second time in 2 years that we are going to break and close above this big downward resistance I'm talking about. This is a significant event. If we confirm it tomorrow, it's going to be even more significant. Let's take a look at the 1 hour chart. So what we were discussing last Friday is that all right here, after having the buy signal, this is on the 1 hour chart now. So after having the buy signal, yes, it came back in and died again. We stopped last Friday into another downward resistance. And as I mentioned to you, you have a choice. If you took the trade on the 1 hour chart, you need to exit on the 1 hour chart, basically. So you can exit also on the 1 hour chart or convert that trade into a daily trade and then continue on with it. So I had not sold on Friday because I don't tend to sell close to resistance. I like to see a weakening of the stock to sell. And as I said, in terms of the weakening, you can wait for a tiny break of support, maybe at 215.47 or something a little bit more along the way of 212.60, just below the low we had on August 15th. Or you could also consider, and this is where you make your own decision, or we have this bullish channel support right here. This is where we are. So, we are trending above this. So this is a decent support also. So because the weakening did not happen, I personally stayed last Friday in, and right now I'm happy because, we are $6 higher than where we were last Friday times the number of shares I have. So, it's a few thousand right there today. So this is fantastic. And looking at what's happening today, where we closed, I'm hopeful. I don't know, and nobody knows, but I'm just watching it like a hawk. And I am hopeful that we are going to continue because we have a tiny bit of a break right here. In terms of indicators, let's look at our indicators to try to see if we have coherence in our indicators. We don't have stochastic over 60 yet, so that's a little bit of a concern. To have a buy on the daily chart, we need to have stochastic, the perfect world. We need to have stochastic over 60. We don't have that yet. Okay, and then the last thing that would be nice to break is this downward resistance, which we have broken just a little bit. So, this is not the perfect buy signal. It's a 50%, I'm going to call it maybe a 75% good buy signal. So you do your own research, you make your own decisions, but this is looking pretty good. This is looking pretty good. And if we can continue that way, we are into this bullish channel and we should be zigzagging like this. So yeah, if we are continuing, don't be surprised that Tesla can go up to 260, maybe 265, and then cool down a little bit, because this is what stocks do. Stocks go up and down all the time. So, if you only look at the number, the stock price, without looking at the past in a stock chart, you only see the numbers go up and down. 222, 190, 215, 192. You see numbers go up and down, but you have no sense of what is the amplitude of the move. Here on this channel, we are drawing the channel that stocks are using. So we know what is the expected amplitude. I don't predict the future. I extrapolate the present. We can know when things are out of the ordinary moves, and when we can identify these out of ordinary moves, this is giving us an advantage because we can read the market. We don't predict the market. We see the market making exceptional moves, and then we can decide if we want to join in on the upside, buy stocks and buy options, or if we join on the downside buying puts. So this is not magic. This is just looking at the data and acting on the data. So anyway, in terms of MACD, we have the MACD crossover. So the red line is above the green line. So this is an indicator that is telling us that Tesla has turned bullish. Stochastic is still considering it bearish. RSI is above 50. This one is also considering it bullish. And DMI not yet ready. So within a candle or two, if we are continuing, we should be getting a more ideal buy signal on the daily chart. You can buy at any point in time. You don't need to wait for an ideal signal. I'm just giving you the facts. You do what you want. This is not financial advice. Let's take a look at the VIX. When the VIX is coming down, the stock market is going higher. VIX is down 0.15, 1%. This is great. We like it when the VIX goes down. We are happy. Let's take a look at our stock indices. So Dow Jones continuing higher. We had the break here. We had the break last Thursday, broke 40,041. This was an exceptional move because Dow Jones used to stop at 40,000, except here for a temporary time. But this is happening again. So this is a buy signal again on Dow Jones. S&P 500 continuing nicely, up almost 1%. Now this one is touching this resistance. It should be giving in. If it's really strong, it's going to go through it. Right now, we can see that it seems like it wants to go through it. We'll see tomorrow because this is pretty much the same situation as with Tesla. We have a close above, but it's so tight that I would like to get another candle to confirm. Nasdaq continuing, getting close to support. Look at stochastic here, super high. Let's take a look at our important stocks. Apple, this is pretty much a sideways day, but it's still a nice day because we have a long wick at the bottom here. So if we go on the 1 hour chart, we see that we opened, we went down, but we finished up. So this is still quite a good day. Amazon continuing. It will need to break this resistance soon or cave into it. AMD, we had the buy signal on Thursday. So this is another one that you can enter. It's still a couple of days after that buy signal. So it's still a little bit higher, but it's not too bad. Adobe also continuing higher. So it seems like everything is moving up. ARM, different story, still into a downward channel. This one is not yet ready. Google, we don't have stochastic over 60, so that's always a problem. We broke 166, so that's a good news because we could not break it recently. So now we are breaking it, so we see a little bit of a change. We are going to see another change if we break 172. Microsoft, good day also. Meta, we had broken 531.75, but now we are caving into it and we are pausing a little bit above 523.39. If we break 523.39, then this is going to be less good. It's going to mean that we are coming back to the congestion zone. If we break 531, then it means that it's going again. NVIDIA, great day. Another horizontal resistance that we just crossed. So we are crossing them one after the other, up 4%. This is going to 145. This is going to 145. After that, we'll see. Palantir up 1.3%. This is going quite high, quite fast. We have resistance right here. We have an inside resistance. This is an inside resistance. The big overall resistance is right here. So let's hope that we break this inside resistance. It is stopping us right now. It has stopped us in the past 3 times before we broke it a little bit, but it's still a strong resistance. My hope and my wish is that we go up to that resistance at 35. This is what I'm hoping for. If it does not happen, it does not happen, but this is my wish. SMCI pretty much sideways. SoFi, boom. We had a weak break last Friday because we just broke above. This is very strong today, 746. So we are doing a second try. The market believes it enough to do a second try. Just be mindful of these resistance right here. We used to cave in at 793. 793. I'm not making this up. Look at this. If you draw a line right here, this is where we cave. So if we stop caving, this is definitely going to be a buy. And right now, because we were caving to this point right here, then that break last Thursday, you can consider this a buy. A short-term buy that might yield something like this. But there's still money to be made if you get in at the right time and get out at the right time. If it continues, then this is a big bonus. Let's take a look at our EV stocks. So BYD pretty much going sideways. This is a nice day, but we have some new support at 26.39. Lucid going sideways, not yet ready. Neo Battery Material, I don't think it had any trades today. Neo starting to climb maybe a little bit. If we start breaking 422, then this is going to get more interesting. Novonix sideways, Xpeng, a little bit of a move up. We have some earnings tomorrow. Rivian sideways again. So we are holding 13.16. Not the time to buy. Novomont Graphite, nice day today, up 2.37%. Look at stochastic on that one, 96. Stochastic is like the accelerator pedal for a stock. If you get stochastic over 60, it should go higher. So we should be able to see a move in the coming days. Nickel mining, just a little bit of a pullback today. Bitcoin sideways. Ripple, not too bad, 6%. And last but not least, gold. Gold is supposed to cave in here. Supposed to cave in, supposed to cave in, supposed to cave in. Boom, it's not caving in. So this means that the buyers are stronger than the sellers. The sellers are here. The sellers are right here. but we have more buyers than sellers for 2 days in a row. This is a buy signal. This is a more risky buy signal because we are close to resistance. But technically, this is a buy. But just put a stop loss right below that line in case it turns around. But this is a buy. And silver, the same thing. We had the buy at 973 and now it's continuing. Yeah, another good day for Tesla. Let's hope that it continues. Next stop is going to be 238. 238, we could be caving in because we had some caving in at below 238 not too long ago. So we'll see if people remember that. Let's hope that they don't and that we go through it. But close to 238, we could see a pullback. If we continue, then this is going to be yet another good news. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.